they weren't kidding. These might be the stretchiest jeans I've ever tried. They do just kind of look like floods. This is a lot of jean. No waistcaping. The activewear brand Popflex by Cassey Ho, aka Blogilates, is known for their unique and flattering activewear designs, but they have occasionally strayed outside the world of activewear to try some regular clothing. And today I'm reviewing the first ever Popflex Denim. Yes, an activewear brand launched jeans. This is not the first time we've seen jeans from an activewear brand. I have reviewed a couple on the channel before, and I've also basically reviewed every pair of curvy jeans on the market that's made for the more athletic, curvy builds with a smaller waist and larger hips and glutes. But I do think this is the first time I've seen an activewear brand bring elements from their activewear into the jeans themselves. When Popflex first posted the sketches of their first jeans, they posted that they were going to have a V-front waistband, which made me a little nervous, the curved glute seams or heart booty contour as they call it, as well as angled pockets, and honestly they all looked very exaggerated on the sketches, but after they came to life, I saw the models wearing the jeans and I was like, okay, there may be some potential here. So this is my brutally honest review of a Popflex denim. There are 4 different leg fits. I got 2 of them. I kind of stuck to the extremes. I got the wide leg fit. When I think of wide leg, I think of just like kind of like wide straight leg, like wide all the way down. But when Popflex thinks of wide leg, they think wide and then the biggest flare you've ever seen. So I just thought these were very extreme and I wanted to try them. But they do also have less extreme leg fit options. They have a boot cut, a straight leg, which I got as well. And then they also have a bell bottom flare, which I actually love the look of bell bottoms, but I never know what shoes to wear them with. Like, is there a right shoe to wear with a bell bottom? I also really like how they made the bell bottom flare. They added a triangle piece of fabric to the flare called a godet that really allowed them to create a super dramatic bell bottom. So whether it's your taste or not, Popflex, they do have bell bottoms for you. The price range of this collection ranges from $80 to $105. $80 for the straight leg and $105 for the wide leg. The more fabric you have, the more expensive they're going to be. I mostly buy my jeans from Abercrombie. Basically all of my jeans are from Abercrombie. I absolutely love their Curve Love jeans. And I just looked on their website for a price comparison and most of their jeans start out between $85 to $90, which is within the range for Popflex. But with Abercrombie, I don't know if I've ever bought a jean at full price. When I looked today, the jeans were like $67. So I think between like $65 to $75 is what I normally purchase them for. So that definitely is cheaper than Popflex, and Popflex does rarely discount their items. They maybe have a sale like 2 to 3 times a year, and they did just have their Black Friday sale and the jeans were not discounted for that. So that definitely factors in the price. Every jean comes in 2 washes. We have the light wash and the medium wash. I really actually like the washes. I'm more of a light wash girly. The light wash also has this slightly distressed hem. I wish it was a little bit more irregular than this. It's kind of just like little dots like an inch apart, but honestly not something I'm really gonna notice. And the medium wash does not have any distressing. I also always commend Popflex for their size range. They have XXS to 3XL, and they have 5 length options. I really admire Popflex's commitment to the length options for the ultra shorties and the ultra tallies. I went with the tall option today, but there's also an extra tall. So we're starting out with the Superstretch Wide Leg Jean. This is the light wash. Like I said, I got a size small tall, and the lengths are going to differ based on the style of the jeans. For the wide leg pant, the tall is 34 inches. And these were the most expensive jeans at $105. In terms of sizing, I did go with a small. That's what I normally wear in Popflex activewear, and that's what they said on their website. They said whatever size you wear in our leggings, get it in the jeans. So a couple features of these. They're said to have a mid-rise, which I feel like Popflex only ever does like ultra high rise, so I was a little bit shocked at a mid-rise. We'll see if it's actually a mid-rise though. It still looks like it's high rise. A wide flared leg. This is a lot of jean. The subtle V waistband, and I will say it does look very subtle. We'll see how it is on, but Popflex loves a cross waist, so I'm not surprised they brought in some sort of slight V waist element into their design. We have pockets. We have 2 front pockets that are pretty spacious. You also get the little mini coin pockets in there as well, so double pockets. There are back pockets as well, and I believe these are kind of angled upwards to kind of lift the booty a little bit. And then you do have the heart booty contour seam in the back. I feel like it didn't look super obvious on the models. We'll see how it is on. And then we get into the denim material. Holding those up is a challenge because these are so heavy. In terms of the denim material, it feels like a solid mid-weight denim. It doesn't feel like a thin jegging, which based on the material that we'll talk about in a second, I feel like it could have. They're not the thickest jean I've ever tried, but they are far from thin, and they have a ton of stretch, like an incredible amount of stretch. These may be the stretchiest jeans I've ever tried. Fit jeans is pretty stretchy as well. That's the horizontal stretch. In terms of the vertical stretch, there really is no vertical stretch. Horizontal stretch really is the most important thing. And then in terms of the material, I was expecting them to just be like a cotton spandex, but they are a 51% cotton, 30% modal, 15% polyester, and 4% spandex. So a different composition than I expected, but I do like it. Then it has gold hardware, and then the pockets are lined with a little floral design as well. All right, before I try these on, comment down below. Are these gonna look ridiculous or ridiculously cute? Okay, first impressions. These are super easy to get on. And yeah, that stretch does feel really good. Okay, first of all, are they gaping? No waist gaping. I'm very impressed with how these fit in the waist. The legs, a different story. We'll get into that in a second. I also think these are maybe a mid to high rise. If they were just straight across and they didn't have the soft V, they would be a high rise. So keep in mind, I'm 5'9" with a very long torso, and I really don't think I'm showing like too much skin in the waist area, but they're definitely not like an ultra high rise. And I have to say the little V in the front is very subtle, and I do think it's flattering, and it's just not nearly as much as their normal cross waist, which I'm a little tired of the cross waist. Not to say I don't like a cross waist, I do. I just think Popflex kind of does it on everything, and it's a little bit too much. But the soft V here, I can be here for. So these are very true to size, whatever size you get in their leggings, get in the jeans. The pockets are real pockets. Then we have the back. I think I have mixed feelings about the back. The heart booty contour, I don't really see it too much, especially on this light wash, so it doesn't bother me. I think the angle on the pockets is good, but I think the pockets are hitting a little bit low. I feel like in order to have like a lifting effect, I'm not talking those like super micro pockets that some people put on jeans, but I do feel like the pockets could maybe be like a centimeter higher, just so they're not like in the glute crease there. There's still a nice height in the back where when I bend down, you're not seeing my mid-rise underwear. So again, I really don't think these are like true mid-rise, more mid to high. And then let's take a look at the overall leg shape. So I kind of knew these could be comically wide. I don't know why I didn't just get the bell bottoms. I think I would have liked those much more. I think my main issue with this pant, this is very similar to their wide legging that they came out with. This may just be a me thing because I do have larger thighs for a size small, but it just kind of awkwardly clings to the thigh area and then flares off. I feel like the area where it goes from my thigh to the wide leg portion does look a little bit awkward, and it did the exact same thing on the leggings. So I think this style from Popflex is just really not for me. The length is really good though. They are literally exactly to the ground, like you can't even see my feet. I look like one of those performers who like you can't tell if they're actually moving because you can't actually see my feet because it fits so perfectly on the ground. With a little shoe, these would be absolutely perfect. The lengths are really good. They are so incredibly stretchy. Like I don't know if I've ever tried jeans that are stretchier than this. Like we can truly do everything. They had their models in the ads doing some crazy stretches in the jeans, and I have to say, they weren't kidding. These are these might be the stretchiest jeans I've ever tried. And while these aren't technically curvy jeans, I am no stranger to curvy jeans on this channel. And my waist to hip discrepancy tends to be a little bit larger than average. My waist is measuring today at a 25.5, and the largest point of my hips is measuring at 38. So about a 12.5 inch difference. So I would consider these a curvy friendly. Again, curvy friendly, not a term I created, but if you have a waist to hip discrepancy larger than 10 inches, you're generally gonna be happier shopping at curvy jeans because they have more room in the hips and thighs and eliminate that waist gap. I do think that these are curvy friendly, except for maybe the thighs. Just for fun, we'll measure my thighs. My thighs are nearly 23 inches. That is like almost my waist measurement, so I definitely do have larger thighs for my size. So just be aware with the wide leg, I probably would stick with a different style. Is it just me, or do these look significantly better all of a sudden just with the addition of a little 2-inch heel? I feel like when I'm like walking around, I don't notice the thigh flaring as much, and I just feel like the little heel really like made these kind of slay. The more I look at these and the more I wear them, honestly, the more they've grown on me, and I don't think I've ever had a wide leg pant that wasn't like awkwardly baggy on top. Like I do feel like this is a nice switch up because it's still nice and flattering in the waist. I don't have any like awkward material around the crotch. They skim and contour the glutes on top, and they're not like a baggy wide leg. They're definitely different, but I feel like they have a purpose in my closet. I'm growing to like these. And if the last pair were scaring you away, they do have a regular pair of straight leg jeans as well. So these are the Superstretch straight leg jeans, medium wash. I got a size small tall, and these were $80, and these are $25 cheaper than the last ones. Size range is is the same. Still, we have 5 lengths, but the tall inseam for this one is 29 inches. I think they're meant to kind of be like an ankle jean. Very similar upper structure to the last one. We have that slight V waist. We have real pockets and those little extra little coin pockets there. They're meant to be a mid-rise. I do think they're going to be higher than that. Gold hardware. These are the medium wash, so they're a bit darker and they have that kind of amber stitching. I don't know why I've never really been a fan of the amber stitching on darker wash jeans. That's part of the reason why I often go for light wash, but we can see that stitching detail there. I do feel like that kind of accentuates the heart booty contour in the back too, because you can just see it a little bit more. Those angle pockets, they are real pockets. Sometimes medium and darker washes do feel a little bit more rigid, but these still have a ton of stretch to them. Let's try these on. All right, let's see if these straight legs are any better. Okay, this is why I like to try different washes. Strangely enough, these are not fitting quite as well as those wide leg ones. The top of the wide leg pant fit like a glove on me. These, I feel like I have maybe a little bit of extra room, and I feel like I am getting some gaping in these, and I was not getting gaping in the last ones. It's hard to say whether that is a style or a wash difference, but I just have this hunch that it's a wash difference. So I definitely think I could size down in this one. The waist also, I feel like it hits maybe a little bit higher. Still, I would consider mid to high rise, soft V front. I stand by this little V front waist. I think it's flattering. Spacious pockets. I don't know what it is about a medium wash. I just don't love them as much. And then we have the back. I do think that heart booty contour is just a little bit more prominent with these stitches. And the pockets on these, I do feel like are sitting a little bit higher. They're not quite sitting in the glute crease. They're sitting a little bit above. So I do think these are flattering the glutes well. These are still incredibly stretchy. Like again, stretchiest jeans I've ever tried. I feel like this style in particular wants to like ride up, and then when it does, it creates this gaping in the back of the waist. They are meant to be an ankle skimming length. Since these did ride up, I'm gonna pull them down a little bit. Overall for the leg fit on these, we can see I don't have that awkward leg clinging anymore because they have a straight leg, so it gets a little bit loose around the knee, and then maybe skims my calves a little bit because I do have giant calves, and they're definitely straight all the way down. But personally, I'm not loving the ankle length fit. I feel like if you want to do like an ankle jean, I prefer to have like a mom jean or like a slightly tapered style. I feel like with the straight leg, even though like this is the right length and everything, they do just kind of look like floods. And yeah, I don't know if these are supposed to be a more relaxed fit, but I just have more wrinkling in the hip area on these. So overall for the Popflex jeans, I actually think the style and the way that they integrated features from their leggings actually worked really well. More so on the light wash than the medium wash, but the V front, super subtle, super flattering. The heart booty contour seam, I don't know how much it's really enhancing the glutes. Like I could do without it there, but I don't think it's super in your face, and just a way to look a little bit different in the back. And I think it's a lot more flattering than some jean brands that try to like enhance the glutes. There's like one that's coming to mind. I forget what it's called, but I'll insert a photo right here. I just feel like those look like really weird. Okay guys, that is it for the Popflex denim. Unfortunately, I feel like I chose the 2 wrong leg fit. I did really want to try the ultra wide leg, and I thought the straight leg was going to be like a good contrast to that, but I think personally I would have liked the boot cut and even the bell bottom flare quite a bit more than the styles I got. Do I think they're worth it? Honestly, jeans are pretty expensive. I've tried a lot of jeans. You can definitely get affordable jeans from like Hollister, American Eagle, Abercrombie, even a little bit cheaper on sale, but I don't think that these are crazy, and I still think they're cheaper than like fit jeans. So I don't think the price is insane. The quality does feel really good. The fabric really did impress me. It's stretchy without feeling thin. I just think I picked the wrong styles for my body shape. But if you guys have a similar body type to me, avoid the styles I got. I think going for the boot cut or the bell bottoms is the way to go. Shorter little video today, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!